think the clear choice here is to go with Tetelka. He's pretty ridiculous if you actually get him flipped over to High Priest. Doubles the effect of all of your damage, including damage from creatures, so turns pretty much everything on your side of the board into a threat. There's not much other good Ruby in the pack, which means pack 2 I should be able to cut off a lot of the Ruby and get past back some good cards. I've actually never seen this guy before, so maybe we'll pick up the Murder and go with a nice Ruby Blood aggro deck. Go for some tempo kills before people can get out their ridiculous creatures. Blood Savant's just not good unless you're mono blood. I think we might go with Blood Aura just so we've got a trick and it'll let us keep putting pressure on without worrying about our health. If we get something that's got some evasion on it, it's a great clock that keeps you from dying. When I'm going aggro, I like to pick up these Darkspire Priestesses early and often. If you get 3 or 4 of them, it'll turn out to be pretty ridiculous. But on the other hand, Ruby Pyromancer also lets you build into a little bit bigger things. I think we're going to go with the Darkspire Priestess and see if we can't build up a nice orc aggro deck here. Brood Trooper is nice if you can clear the way, but being able to get through with it regularly is just not super reliable. And those 2 blood threshold on a 3 cost with a 2 color deck might slow us down. So I'm actually going to go with the Mazat Ranger here. We can throw a Ruby Gem into it and get some evasion so it can only be blocked by blood creatures. And Fang of the Mountain God. This is exactly what I want to see coming through. Some nice low cost aggro orcs. Maybe we can pick up a Endbreaker or something out of a pack later. The other hand, this Giant Corpse Fly. This is a great tempo card, but again, it's got the 2 blood threshold, so I think I'm going to go with the more consistent Fang. And we're seeing some crazy good wild cards go through here, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone's building mono wild to the side I'm passing to. Nothing in here is really that good for us. Well, actually, never mind. I didn't see the Gemcrate's Berserker. I will take that statement back, and we will happily slide him right into our deck. Now, nothing in here is really that great for us. The Bombsmith can wipe out a lot of the troops people use in draft as their early drops, or it can clean up a troop that we can't quite finish off with a trade. I'm not super happy about taking it, but I think we'll go ahead and call that best for us from this pack. Here, the Inquisition could be really good if we were planning on being just heavy into blood, so we can peel that out on turn 2 and take out whatever their best threat is. But I'm going to go with the Zombie Vulture here because it's got some evasion. We'll be able to slide in some damage if we can take out their flyers with removal. Now we've kind of got a choice between Ruby Lance and Ruby Aura. I'm a big fan of Ruby Aura. I know a lot of people don't like it. It can get you 2 for 1 if your opponent removes your creature as you're playing it. But in my experience, I haven't run into very many people that are thinking that way. And there isn't a ton of removal since I'm going to be in Blood Ruby. And that's where most of the removal's at. Here, there's literally nothing good for us at all, so I'm just going to take Captain of the Dragon Guard so that no one else can have it. And here, I'm going to take Wind Whisperer so that no one else can have it. Hopefully we don't end up getting enough diamond troops that it makes us want to switch colors here in pack 2. These are pretty good cards getting passed through in diamond. Here we're going to take Runt of the Litter just because it's the only thing that's really playable unless someone's doing a janky radiant armor trick. Again, Tyrannosaurus Hex is really the only thing left in this pack that's playable. I don't know that I've ever seen a Rigid Buffalo actually hit the field. Vine Trap. I'm not sure how some of these really solid cards are making it in this late. Everyone must be in my colors. What is this guy? I've never seen him before. He costs 7 and he's in Sapphire. So he's probably not going to be good for us at all. Corrupt Harvester could be good. Righteous Paladin could make someone's deck ridiculous. So Corrupt Harvester actually has built-in evasion and life drain. So I think we're gonna go with this guy. Just get a nice solid body for us. Darkspire Enforcer is also a decent possibility, but hopefully he'll wheel. We'll pick him up on the next go around. There's some extremely good cards that hopefully everyone else will decide to play something other than. Malfunctioning Warbot. It's kind of where we want to be as far as the type of cards we're looking for. We're doing pretty good on our curve here. Gem Craze Berserker is also looking good. That Giant Corpse Fly is a possibility also. We're going to go with the Gem Craze Berserker. See if we can't get some orc buffs. Ruby Enchantress is not great for what we're building up, but she's really solid, so she's only a 2/1 for 3, but she makes all of our creatures pretty much kill anything that costs the same amount as them since we're going power heavy. I just find myself wishing that I were in Shinhair when those sick blood Shinhair come through. Sorrow could be really bad when it's used against us. Almost makes me want to pick it up just for that reason. Keep him out of circulation. And it looks like I ended up with the Bolt Ball Wizard on that. Oops. We're going to go with the Wrath Seeker and hope no one else is going to play that Sorrow against us. Banshee or Zentoth's Chosen. Or we can go with a Mortar Strike, which is decent removal. I think we're gonna have to go with the removal, since currently all we've got is one murder. I'm not a huge fan of the sniper. 2 damage and a 2/2 for 5 resources is just huge cost for what you're getting. On the other hand, everything else in this pack kind of sucks. So at the very least, this can be a little bit more removal for us. Again, Blood Cauldron Ritualist makes me wish I were Shin Hair, along with these Shroom Shaws. Another Sorrow and another Blood Cauldron Ritualist, along with a Runt to the Litter. I don't know what's happening here. I just hate it. I think this time we're going to take the Sorrow. It's just so good when it's played against us. And I don't need another 5-drop. Alright, so we've got another possible Fang of the Mountain God. Really want to take that. Our deck is not coming out quite the way I would like it to. But Ruby Lance in multicolored, I'm not crazy about it. Here, there's really nothing good for us. So I'm going to take the Quick Strider, because that guy is a nightmare for us to play against. We are not going to play this Bolt Paw Wizard. Inquisition could possibly make the cut into this deck. Looks like we might be struggling to get up to 22, 23 cards. We're going to need to get at least 6 or 7 decent cards out of the next pack, and that's not always a guarantee. I think we'll pick up the Atrophy. We'll sideboard that in if we play against something similar to what we're playing. Also keep it out of circulation against us. Ideally, we don't want these to be in our deck, but we may end up having to play them. Diamond Aura, usually I'll pick up Tricks at this point, just so that I don't play against them. That Concubunny could be going into a sick Wild Blood Shin Hair deck. We'll take the Zodiac Shaman, because it would be the worst thing for us to see against us. Hey, Alucard, how's it going? And it does not look like that Shinhair deck I'm worried about is out there anywhere. Doing pretty good. Our deck could be better this go around, so we'll see how things go. I'm looking at the Servant, thinking if I were in Sapphire it would be amazing, but where I'm at right now, I just can't play it. There's really nothing great here for what we're trying to build. It's unfortunate. Might have to go with this Wailing Banshee. My second monitor is not working right now, so it's pretty hard to have chat open along with the game. They end up overlapping when I actually look at chat. Shinhair Eulogist could be so good for us if we were actually in Shinhair. I think we're going to take this Sapphire's Charge. The Sword Trainer. It's a tough choice. I'm thinking we're probably going to go with Sapphire's Charge just because it's better for our early game. Darkspire Enforcer could be good for us, but we're looking pretty good on our 3-drop curve. Need to get some more 1-drops in here. At least one more 1-drop, so the Sapphire's Charge will do it for us. And another Sapphire's Charge. Oh, and a burn. I think we'll probably go with a burn since we're not building anything that relies on artifacts here. Oh, and another Fang of the Mountain God. I'm not sure I need another 1-drop 2/2 in the deck. I think 2 and a Sapphire's Charge might be plenty. Mazat Ranger could fill out some of our upper curve. Two-drop Bone Warrior could be good. think we'll actually go with the Arena Brawler. Get another 2-drop in here. That Shroomshaw is throwing me off. He's not actually going to be in our deck. Effigy is a possibility here. Or another Mortar Strike. God, these Diamond Sapphire is so amazing right now. I can't believe an Inner Conflict is going this late. We'll go with Effigy. Not sure what happens if you put a Ruby Shard in an Effigy, but we'll find out. Oh. I almost want to just cut this Forgotten Lord. So good against us. But let's stick to our plan. See if we can't come up with just aggro draft. Crushing Blow. We need more tricks. Oh, Gem Crazed Berserker or Daring Swordsman. We don't have that many buffs in our deck, so I'm not crazy about the Daring Swordsman. He's pretty much a 4-2 playing with him in our deck, with the exception of Crushing Blow being a game ender with him. I think we're going to go with the Gem Crazed Berserker. Not sure if we're going to do these guys with speed or with evasion. We'll see. Shadowrend is just not that great. We might be able to make someone discard 1 or 2 cards if we can keep their board clear early. But 2 blood cost, we can't count on it being ready. It's a basic action, so we have to play it before we attack. I almost just want to grab the bravery to keep a trick out of someone else's hand. Darkspire Enforcer gives us something for that Darkspire Priestess to go get when she dies. Or Mortar Strike is removal. Nice Alucard. Wrathseeker could go into our deck, but I think we're pretty much filled out on 3 drops. So I am going to take the Noble Citizenry, as that card is rough for us to play against. And the Shroomshaws continue to pass by. Should have gone bunnies. I'm going to take this Shadow Rend just for Alucard. If we play against someone that doesn't play anything till turn 3 or 4, we'll side in Shadow Rend. We already have a sniper. We'll take a zealot to side in case we play against that -1/-1 champion. We'll take something out and slide him in. It's a tough choice between bravery and shield trainer. One's a trick, but shield trainer's just annoying for the whole game. What are we stuck with for last pick? A bravery. So it looks like no one's playing diamond anyway. I don't know how well this deck's going to do, but we're going to give it a go. So building this deck's going to be pretty straightforward since we kind of already built it. We'll just throw everything we were talking about in here and see what we need to take out. Yes, I'm skipping over that Shadow Rend for now, Alucard. Alright, so now we've got pretty much the base of the deck we were working on building up here. Let's throw some gems in these guys. So we're going to socket some gems. Unfortunately, the blocking gem is not working right now. Rage 1 could be good if we had more ways to give our guys Swift Strike. Like if I hadn't accidentally passed that Swift Strike Inspire. So I think we're gonna go with either speed or can't be blocked. And I think we're gonna go with can't be blocked. Since we've got that blood aura, if we can get an unblockable guy out, could be really good for us. You really want to see that Shadow Rend go in here. So with a Mazat Ranger, let's do the same thing. We're going to set these guys up so they can't be blocked either. So we've got all kinds of evasion going on in this deck. A little bit of removal, not nearly as much removal as I'd like to have. Alucard, what happens if we put a Ruby of Flames into an effigy? Can he only be blocked by artifacts? Or maybe we'll take the effigy out and just put the Bombsmith in. How about that? I'm not sure what I would take out for that Shadow Rend. And if we draw it late game, it is completely dead. I do not like having cards like that in the deck. I was considering speed, but I think the evasion's gonna have to be better for us since all of our troops have one toughness. If our opponent gets out something big, we just have no way past it. We've got one murder. Now I'm considering Bunjitsu so that we can get rid of our tiny creatures later on, turn them into something useful. But being able to give an opposing troop -1/-1 might just be too good. I think with the evasion that we have, being able to give an opposing troop -1/-1 could be a lot more important for us. Yeah, that would be awful to sack a Fang of the Mountain God and a Savage Raider, and then have that creature get removed for one removal card. On the other hand, if they're sitting there with a 2/3, then those cards are pretty useless for us anyway. So let's see what our ratio looks like. So we've got 12 blood, or excuse me, 12 ruby, 10 blood. We're almost completely balanced. So since we've got 2 blood, 1 drops, and 2 blood cards require 2 threshold, I think I'm going to go with 9 blood and 8 ruby. So I think this is what we're looking at. I'm going to have to leave that Shadow Rend out. It could be pretty sick to have a turn 1 Fang, a turn 2 Fang, Savage Raider, and a turn 3 Shadow Rend and make them discard 3. But I don't think that we're going to live that dream, so I'm going to abandon it right now. We'll bring it in if we're playing against someone that's just playing slow big guys. Check our validation summary. Looks like we're good. So now we'll just wait 6 minutes for everyone else to finish their decks. or everyone else is waiting on me. So here we go. All right, so we're looking good for opening hand. We don't have a one drop, which isn't great, but we've got two drop, three drop, some removal, and a trick. So let's do this. So we'll go ahead and drop down a ruby shard so we can burn his two drop if he plays something we don't like. Forgot to do our greeting there, so we'll slip it in on his turn too. Go ahead and get an arena brawler out here, see what we can do. We may have to blood aura it into his worker bot. We'll see. Or burn his worker bot. We'll see. Depends on what he plays. We're gonna save the burn. Makes us not be able to play anything this turn. So we're gonna dump out the Wailing Banshee and see if we can get some evasion going with this blood aura on it. So he is playing something incredibly slow here. Maybe we'll set in our Shadow Rend against him for game 2. So we're gonna burn out this artifact through our blood aura on our Banshee and start going to town. Maybe we'll get our Wrathseeker out this turn instead of the Banshee. Oh, we could have we could have used our -1/-1. That was a terrible play. Um, we'll get our Wrathseeker out in case he doesn't have a play for next turn. I guess we'll save our -1/-1 for his next worker bot. I'm already a minute behind him, not the fastest player. Axebot. That is not good times for us, but he doesn't have out anything to run it into. I doubt he'll block this turn, just because his Axebot doesn't have someone to hand that axe to. So we're just going to throw out a Gem Crazed Berserker. Get some more evasion on the field. He's going to go looking for some better cards. And if he doesn't come up with any, then he's in some serious trouble. It's gonna make 2 worker bots. It's an issue for us. So at this point, we need some Swift Strike, some Burn, something to get through this wall he's got over here. So we're going to get rid of his guy that lets him sack robots. Make him make a decision before we attack, so he can't mess up our attack. We'll also clear the troops off the top of his deck. So we dumped out a couple of troops there. Cavern Commando, Terrabot, both of those pretty bad for us, Terrabot especially, so we're happy to be rid of that. We're going to hold on to this Ruby Shard so we can use it to so we really need to draw a trick here. Removal's okay. Gearsmith, not good for us, obviously. 'Cause 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 Bertram's pretty much the worst for us to be up against, but he's also the most common, so I can't say I'm surprised. And a worker bot factory. That is really the worst possible thing we could see. So we're gonna see worker bots getting pumped out like crazy. Yeah, we've got to get some kind of trick here, or we're just gonna be overrun by whatever he can power out with his dwarves and robots. He's going through 4 more cards than us. The secret lab is just letting him get some good quality cards. Crimson Clarity, that's an interesting choice. Wonder if he's got a big 7-drop. A Volcannon. That is awful for us. This is going to be over real fast. So he's going to be pumping out worker bots. We've got to put on some pressure, and we just don't have a whole lot to do it with. Let's attack with our Wailing Banshee and see what happens. See what his blocking choices are. So that's pretty much the best thing that could happen for us, and it's not that good. But at least we're going to gain some life. Get rid of a robot. And if, when we drop our shard next turn, we'll be able to kill whatever he puts the axe bot buff onto. Now at least he's got to block with 3 worker bots to kill our guy. Hopefully he doesn't see that we can just kill his 3-1. And he gives us a chance to wipe it out with our champion ability. But it's not going to matter if we're taking 9 damage a turn or more. It's interesting. He elected not to use it again at the end of his turn, or at the end of my turn. Mimic. That's an interesting choice. I don't think he's playing blood. Can he play that creature if it puts it in his hand? If we can draw a buff this turn, we'll be in really good shape. That is not a buff. So we want to clear out his board, but he also wants to clear out ours. So it's 3 dwarves or robots per 3 damage, not 2. That's a lot better. So we can do 3 more damage this turn. Oh, if I attack with everything, he can kill all but one of my guys. And he would lose all of his guys. If I don't do it, he's just making more worker bots every turn. I think we have to hope that he makes a mistake here, thinking I might have a trick. Yeah, YOLO. We'll put the hard decisions on him. Hopefully he'll catch up to us in time. Best case scenario for us is that he blocks our Banshee with one guy or doesn't block it at all. That's perfect. Wow. Okay, that I'm not sure that could have been better for us until he drops out a big artifact. Or realizes, I mean, he could have made another worker bot and so we're not in near as bad of a position now. Except for that guy. Alrighty then. Secret lab. His card quality being generated from that lab is good. I'm feeling good about games 2 and 3. He's passed us in time. Volcannon's not the fastest kill card to use. Alright, I'm just gonna play this out here and pass the turn. We could still win if we draw into a crushing blow. Right now we've got 2 turns against the Volcannon, so I need to draw a crushing blow next turn and have him misplay against it. Sorrow is definitely coming in for game 2. It'll just ruin his world. We can play around it when we know it's coming. Every pawn. You know, cards like that end up in people's decks, and it just makes me angry that they're beating me. This is the worst, because I think those pawns are going to put him out of range. So I'm not sure what he's going to block us with. Can he 1, tap 2? No, he can't quite hit us with 3 Volcannons right now. I mean, so this is about as good as it gets. We can get 3 damage through here, or 3 damage through here. We need this guy to die and deal 3 damage, basically, is what it comes down to. We got a 50-50 chance of winning the game right here. and he knows what's up. And we win. 50-50 chance. We pulled it out completely by luck. So, pretty happy about that. I'm sure he's not so happy about that. Um, we're going to add Sorrow into the deck. We're going to take out one of our 3-drop 3/1s. So that was super stressful. We definitely almost lost that match. And yeah, Inquisition on the Volcannon could be a key play. And probably take out those. Tempted to take out the Zombie Vulture, but that just looks like total evasion against him. I think we'll take out Wrathseeker. He's just not good at all in this matchup. And I'm tempted to take out the Mazat Ranger and add in an Atrophy, but that may be going overboard. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Surprised he's going to play. I like seeing that Sapper's Charge, Crushing Blow. We don't have any low drops, but I mean, that's pretty much all we've got in our deck. Hopefully we'll get them, and the Sapper's Charge can hold it down. We know we've got a 3-drop. As long as we don't let him win quickly, it's pretty douchey, but we'll probably win in time just because his deck's not super fast, which means it'll be hard for him to win a game 3. As he's beating me down. All these blood shards. Hopefully before we draw to Talca, we can get another ruby shard out here. But we easily have threshold for Inquisition. Assault Bot. I think that's probably going to get Sappers charged. Like right away. another blood shard. We're going to be in serious trouble here if we don't start drawing cards. On the plus side, a lot of the cards in his deck are not really action cards. That's not really great. Oh, let's see. He may be blocking on my turn. We're going to go ahead and get this worker bot out of here. Because we don't want to see a double block. And we'll get Fang of the Mountain God out there and block his 3-1 with it if for some reason we can't play that Fang of the Mountain God right now. I'm not sure why. That's pretty crappy. So we're going to take 3 damage here for no reason, just because we couldn't play our Fang of the Mountain God. And we're going to continue to draw shards and not be happy about it. Probably should have gone ahead and played it, just so we don't run into the same bug again. Alright, here we go. Our big 2-2 blocker out here. Experimental Warhulk. That, I'm pretty sure that ends us. He's happy with me taking 1. I'm happy with me taking 1. So, since this Warhulk wrecks us so badly, we're just going to attack into it and then bombsmith it to death. So he's not going to block. Not sure if that's good for us or bad for us, but we're going to kill his 3-1 anyway. So now we need to draw that Sorrow. Would be a very nice card to pick up right now. We're going to keep our Berserker back on defense. Sadly, next round, so we just can't take full hits from this War Hulk forever. We're in terrible shape. And I'm a terrible player. I should be holding that guy until after I play Sorrow. And the Volcannon comes down. I think we die right now. 1, 2. So if I take 3 damage, if I take 2 damage, then I'm dead before I get another turn. So I need to take less than 2 damage. He's not even going to attack, he's going to give me a turn. Yeah, we're just going to play everything. Maybe he'll just take it, knowing he can kill me, and then I can burn him to death. So Alucard, how come you don't stream on Friday nights? Alright, so I'm sure everyone else is waiting for us. And we're going into game 3. What board games are you playing tomorrow, Alucard? I was watching Farius stream. I'm gonna pause that. He must be making some changes to the deck. I'm curious if he only has one Volcanon. I have never played any of those board games. Wow, that is a ton of board games, Alucard. Alright, let's see if game 3 can go any better for us. We're actually going to get to play first. We've got a burn. We've got shards we need. Now we need to just Inquisition that Volcanon, and we might have a shot at this game. We do need another blood shard before we can Inquisition the Volcanon, though. Last game we got shard flooded. Maybe this game we just will get threshold screwed. Gearsmith turn 1. Nice. And before we can play the Corrupt Harvester. This always stresses me out when we don't have the right shards. And he skips attacking. That is an interesting choice. So we're going to throw out an Arena Brawler. So we're going to burn out his blocker, and he elected. Actually, we're not going to burn it out. We are going to use our hero power on it. I guess he doesn't know that he can play that after I declare attackers. Or can he? I know in Magic you can. Saltbot comes down. We're going to burn that out of the way. Are we? I think we're going to hang on to it. Wait for him to do something we can respond to. Because we can't attack into that worker bot anyway. I'm going to play the Savage Raider. Get something else out on the board to run into his worker bot. I should probably go ahead and burn this guy so he can't play a Terra bot on his turn, actually. That is going to be the right thing to do. Hope I don't regret that burn. And a Blood Shard. So we're going to attack with both of these guys. Hopefully he'll block both of them. Then we're going to empty our hand. And hopefully get a Corrupt Harvester in play and take away anything that he could block it with. Or he may just not block with the Axe Bot. Trying to Inquisition, see what he's got over there. That Assault Bot is the worst thing for us on his hand. The Elite Battletech is not great for us either, but at least it's only 2 robots. He can't play it. So he just does the Elite Battletech in hand. And whatever he just drew, which is a Gearsmith. Definitely not great for us. Now we're behind on time, so we need to pick up the pace on how we're playing. Oops, and we didn't play our Darkspire Enforcer. Hopefully he did not draw his resource. Hate to be mean like that, but we are in a bad place. Oh, and we just drew possibly the best card in our deck. There's not going to be a whole lot that he can do once we get Tatalka on the board. Our Volcanon, our own version of it. Taking out a creature and doubling the damage everything deals. If he didn't draw a resource to get that, that is only able to deal 2 damage. I don't feel like that's that bad for us. That guy could have been terrible for us. Oh, he's going to make his guy bigger so that he can live through a Tatalka hit and kill Tatalka. But honestly, I don't think that I care about Tatalka dying when my... Ooh, yes, I do. That's the worst. So if we can flip Tatalka on another creature that he plays, Bombsmith will kill the Elimination Specialist. Or we can kill Terrabot with Bombsmith and Tatalka. And Murder is pretty good for us right here. Secret Lab is not doing anything for him right now, so he is dead. Um, yeah, I think you mean swing for 24, right, Alucard? Oh, you meant last turn. Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, Bombsmith for free would be nice. And yes, everyone else was waiting for us to finish, so there is no break between rounds. And my wife just got home from her game. Apparently, she won money, so she's in a good mood. Wants to watch a movie, but I gotta finish this tournament. Yeah, she was, our neighborhood ladies have a game night, so she just got back from that. What a terrible starting hand. Who are we playing against? Phenom. He's got Giving Troops Flight, so we know he's playing Sapphire. Hopefully we can just play out some Gem Crazed Berserkers and beat him down before he beats us down. Yeah, the ladies have game night Friday and the guys have poker night Saturday. Bombsmith, that's not the guy that I want to see right now. I think he can just hang out in her hand and not do anything. I'm suspecting my guy is going to get and Fang of the Mountain God comes out now. Alright, so we're gonna throw out the Gem Crazed Berserker, see what happens. I'm expecting that it will be what's the 2-2 bounce guy? If he is stuck on 2 resources, he's about to have a bad day. So that's a Sara. That could have been really bad for us if we'd waited a turn. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't have any other main deck Saras. Hopefully he'll hold black to block with this guy, and we can finish it off with a Bombsmith. That would be optimal. So I think we might be best off Meteor Showering the 2/2, getting the 3 damage in. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe attack and clear his board. I think we'll attack and clear his board. Another Sorrow right here could be really bad for us. Hopefully he just plays like a 3/3 or something. I don't know what he's holding back on. Maybe another Sorrow. It's a basic action, it's really that bad. Well, I say that bad, but it is a card that wrecks me. So we can handle up to a 4 toughness blocker, maybe a little bigger. If he's just got nothing but card draw for a couple turns, we could be good. I think we're gonna hold back on this Wrathseeker, just in case. Yeah, the Champ Power could finish this guy off, but I feel like that guy's just not a threat. He's trying to bait me to use the Champ Power because he's actually got some decent cards in his hand. And the Champ Power also lets me kill a 4 power or 4 toughness guy with a Meteor Strike. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I should just close the game out. That's a good target for the hero power. Although if he's got Spell Shield for it, that'll not be good. So this game's pretty much in the bag unless he Sara's here. Even then, I feel like we're good. Yeah, he just conceded. Honestly, we didn't get to see much of his deck, so I'm not sure what we'll swap out. Maybe drop out some of the 1 toughness guys since he's got a Sara main deck. I think maybe we'll drop a Gem Crazed Berserker and put in an effigy. Socket it up to be unblockable. And he's got plenty of flyers, so I think we'll drop the zombie vultures and bring in the Bloodcrazed Zealot. And we'll roll with that. Thanks, Alucard. Have a good night, and I'll catch you when I'm streaming another night. So you've got the option between the Gemcrazed Berserker or the Wailing Banshee. I think we'll probably go with the Banshee just in case he's got a 1/1 too, so he probably won't sorrow. I think we'll take the 3 damage or extra Dark Spear guy. Now it's going to be his flyers versus our unblockables. We're going to go ahead and throw the Blood Aura on now and see if we can't get a lead.